Hello, and thank you for joining me on Biblical Solutions for Real Life Situations. I'm your host, Filoiann, Wiedenhoff, and I want to personally welcome you to the show. Hello, I decided to go ahead and add number 4 because I wanted to focus on verse 34. It's its own message within a message. And so I wanted to take the time to look at verse 34 again and share it in a separate video. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and reread verse 34 to you myself. And that is, therefore, do not worry about tomorrow, for tomorrow will worry about its own things. Sufficient for the day is its own trouble. So remember, whenever you see a word therefore, you always want to look ahead to see what it's there for, because it's referring to whatever has just been said is the reason for this particular saying or point or purpose that the author wrote therefore. So in verse 34, saying, therefore, do not worry about tomorrow. Well, there's a great example in the Bible where the Israelites were in the desert. And when they were in the desert, they cried out for food. And so God provided manna. He sent manna from heaven every day. And He told the Israelites, only take for what you need for that day. Don't take any more. Don't take any less. Just take what you need for that day, for you and your family. And anything that was left over would spoil. So even if they took some manna indoors and took more than enough to maybe last for the next morning, that extra manna that they didn't eat by the end of the evening would spoil. And every morning, God would provide fresh manna every single day. And so I believe He was teaching the Israelites, I am your provider for every single day, and providing manna from heaven for their daily needs, and that they were to rely on Him for every single day. They weren't to look too far ahead and store up, but to look to Him for their daily needs for every single day. And we also can see in the prayer when Jesus teaches the people how to pray, and He says, give us this day our daily bread. God provides daily bread, daily manna from heaven for His children for every single day. The Bible also says that God's mercies are new every morning, and that we're not to look too far ahead. We're not to worry about tomorrow. A lot of times when we worry about the next day or the next week or the next month or even year, that's where the worry turns into anxiety. And the anxiety is over situations that haven't even happened yet, but it's in our minds. And so what we have to renew our mind in is that God is sufficient for every single day, and that we're not to worry about tomorrow or the next day, but we're to just focus on today and just be thankful and grateful for the provisions He has provided for in that day. And so for number 4, I want to add is rely on God. Rely on Jesus. Look to God as your sufficiency, that He is your God, your provider, and He will provide for all your needs. You're not to look to tomorrow or the next day, but just to look to God, to rely on Him for that day and every single day, and just know and believe by faith that He will provide. As you look at Him, God provides the rest. And as I said in the last teaching, that's where the joy, the peace, and the rest is added to us. It's through our faith that God is faithful and He will provide, and we're not to worry. And so trust in Him, rely on Him. Like as I said, number 4, rely on God daily. So rely on God daily, and God will meet your needs and provide for all your needs, not your wants, but your needs. So I hope that will encourage you, and I hope you'll stay tuned for my next show. God bless. Thank you again for watching Biblical Solutions. I hope you'll join me every Saturday here on lightsource.com or my website, Filoiann.com. You can also find resources and join my newsletter. I hope to hear from you. God bless.